Hi, and welcome back to XP Waste, where there's nothing for you under there. I'm Oxie.
And I'm Michael. What? Tell the audience what that's from, because I'm sure nobody gets it.
Do you know what that's from?
Yeah. It's from TOB.
Yeah. That's it. That's good enough.
Okay. Cool.
If you haven't done it, just explore TOB until you figure out what that's from. But I bet most people do.
That is hilarious.
Yeah. I love it. It's my favorite. It's my favorite way to die.
It's
TOB.
your favorite Easter egg.
How are you? How are you today, Michael?
Pretty good. Quite tired.
Good.
My day was full.
Mood.
Do what?
A mood.
Yeah.
A whole ass mood.
My day was full of a lot of XP waste. I didn't play RuneScape like much at all today or yesterday or even Friday, but the wife and I are moving, so we got our garage cleaned out, got a bunch of stuff like it's organized, but ready to move. Got his stuff thrown away, decluttered, so it took like 4 hours. It was a long time.
You bring up a fantastic point. May's going to be a shit show for us here at XP Waste. Michael is moving in a few weeks. Yep. At the end of May, maybe beginning of June, I have no idea. I am also moving.
Oh.
Not very far, just to the other side of this apartment complex in a newer, fancier apartment.
Oh.
But I'm still moving.
Yeah.
Which will realistically take place over a weekend.
Same.
There are graduations. There will be job changes, possibly internship things. There's just going to be all sorts of stuff going on in May. So if like you listen to episodes and you're like, oh, they haven't put out a new ad, or like, oh, this one's short, or like they're wearing the same clothes for 3 weeks in a row, what the hell? It's because May's gonna be a mess.
Yeah,
you guys. So
we'd
like to apologize in advance.
Yes.
Hopefully June kind of levels out.
June's gonna even out.
Yeah, May's gonna be a mess. So
I didn't know you were moving.
I am, yeah. We got a new apartment complex. Well, not a new apartment complex, a new apartment in the same complex. So, like, if we are on the northeastern corner, we're moving to the southwestern corner.
Oh, fun.
We're facing west, so we're facing the sunset, which is going to be beautiful.
Chef's kiss.
There are no other apartments in the way. Still second floor, and it's pretty much exactly the same apartment as I have right now. So,
okay.
All of this that you're seeing behind me will probably be nearly identical, just maybe a bit cleaner.
I was gonna ask, like, are we gonna see my new setup and your new setup? But if it's all gonna be the same, then you probably won't notice.
Like the closet door might be a little smaller.
Yeah,
like I might be a little further back because I'm trying to get a different desk. So little window into my life when I'm not playing this game. I do therapy. I'm going to school to be a counselor, like a yes, how does that make you feel type therapist. So I'm considering getting a different desk where like this side can be for lay video games, and then the L that's going to be over here will be for the therapy. So when people can look, I'll just be like, write down a little note. It's not that condescending when I'm in practice, but it's.
If you're not watching the video version and this is just your audio listening right now, go check out the YouTube. It'll make sense.
And if you're watching on YouTube, go listen to us on Spotify. We'll save the plugs for later. God, it's so early for that. It's so early. It's 10 o'clock at night. It's not that. It's not early. Like, oh, I just woke up. I'm so tired. Like
people's ears haven't been greased enough to hear any sort of ads or plugs. So we'll save it.
Recommend us to a few friends, and we'll grease any ear you want.
For this behind me, if you're watching the video, this is all going to change in like 2 episodes, 3 episodes, maybe. It'll be totally different because this right now is, I live in a 2-bedroom apartment. This is just the catch-all room right now. Like there's a couch behind me, bookcase, art that I didn't put up, but in due time, I will have my own office that I will be decorating that I'm very excited for. So get ready for like the ever evolving background of Michael. week to week if you're on the video version, but nobody knows what my room looks like if you just listen to this podcast, which is so exciting.
Hell yeah.
I love that for you.
But, yeah.
So what are we talking about today?
What are we talking about today?
I can tell you.
A better transition to that is my week has been...
Oh, I'm so sorry. How was
your
week? How was your day, Oxie?
Has been not as productive as I thought it would be for what we're going to talk about today. So
okay.
I had a hell of a good week. I did get 99 hit points. Got a bunch of elite diaries done.
Oh, ooh. Let's see the beanie.
My hat. Dude,
Let's see you wear it.
It's in the other room. I'm sorry. It's in the other room. It's in the other room because I've been wearing it. So I just like left it on a different table.
If you stay towards after the break, he'll put it on.
Sure. That's a deal. So yeah, I got 99 hit points, did a bunch of elite diary stuff. And then Pokemon Snap came out on Friday. So that's been taking up quite a bit of my time. Yeah.
Which is fine,
and then
dude.
like that in combination with some other IRL stuff that's been going on this week. I haven't been as productive as I initially hoped for our main title content this week. Which
it's quite all right.
Yeah. So Michael, what are we talking about this week? Now that we got that out of the way, what are we talking about?
So I just want to shout out somebody on Instagram. His name is ChillBreeze01 for the idea. We were just chatting one day, and I asked him, like, how's the game going? How's your experience? And he was saying that he's like stuck in free to play right now. Not that he can't like put money forward for a bond, but he's essentially just trying to make enough money in free to play to buy a bond, and then get the minimum stuff done in free to play to be able to move into membership. And he's like, yeah, you guys should make an episode talking about free to play and talking about that experience. I'm like, dude, that's such a good idea. So shout out to ChillBreeze01 on Instagram for the idea. So what we did this week is started a completely fresh free to play account and kind of went two different routes with it. We'll get into all of that, I think. What route each of us took in the gameplay and the game style, but like we just kind of wanted to experience the game without all the extras, without all the fluff, if you will, I guess. So, I mean, to get into it, essentially, free to play sucks.
I was going to say, if by fluff you mean thousands of hours worth of enjoyable quality of life improvements, then yeah, it's all fluff.
Yeah,
but
dude.
Like, whoo.
Yeah, free to play is not great. Just free to play. Listen, like the content in free to play, you can enjoy that kind of stuff however you want. Like I don't enjoy all of like the restrictions and the anti-botting, and it's just, again, we're going to get into all of this, but did you want to start with how your week went? Because I think you were just like a smidge more productive than I was.
Yeah, so like Michael said, we took different approaches. My approach was I wanted to just like experience free to play again. Like I've made new accounts in the past. I've like done the early grinds and all that, but I really just like wanted to see what it was like again. And wow, it's something. I mean, if you're just playing the game, it's not bad. Like it's nostalgic, it's fun, but much like the nostalgia and fun of a children's game when you're a grown adult, it gets tedious and like not difficult, but like the grind isn't super rewarding. For me, what kind of threw me off initially was like, I'm just looking at my stats right now. I'm like looking over at my like panel on this account. Her name is Ethel Stoma, by the way, because Ethel is a name that I've used for a long time for lots of different things. And Ethel's a smoker. So at this point, she doesn't smoke out of her mouth. She smokes out of a stoma, which is the hole in your neck. So just,
it's terrible.
How's it going, honey? It's terrible, yeah. Which is another thing about free to play, because I named the character, and I'm like, you know what? I kind of like Free Ethel better. Bought a bond to change my name. You have to be a member to change your name.
It's so dumb that you can't just use the bond that you purchased.
Your name. Yeah, you can't change your name. So I have a bond in my bond pouch, but I haven't used it. I can We'll put a screenshot on Instagram of like what our current account stats Lort are like. But I've been pushing through the free to play life. I have 35 quest points.
Hell yeah.
I am base 20 combats. I have 276 total level, and it's free to play.
Have you unlocked all of the restrictions? Like, are you unrestricted now? Really?
Nope, I am still restricted. So what Michael is referring to is, I think last year, they put a restriction in for certain items in free to play, mostly commonly gathered skilling items, where you cannot sell them on the Grand Exchange, and you cannot receive things or trade them to another player directly until you have, I think it's 100 total level, 10 quest points, and 20 hours logged in the game.
That's correct, yeah.
Which, it's like, it doesn't sound too bad, and it's really not. But when you're just trying to like commit 20 hours and you don't 100% know what to do.
Yeah.
Because like my goal for the week was to complete Dragon Slayer, and I'm like, oh, I can easily do that. Burn through the requirements to get into the Champions Guild. And then it hit me that I actually have to fight Elvarg.
Mm-hmm.
I was like, huh, I'm level 6. Like, I have to train. Can't do Waterfall Quest.
Nope.
Can't do Tree Gnome Village or the Grand Tree or anything that gets you free, easy experience. Can't do any of that.
You literally have to kill like cows, dude. Or goblins or guards. Or
I killed goblins up until I got myself a full set of steel armor, like a badass. Then I maged Count Draenor with Earth Strike to get 21 attack.
Nice.
And then I brought all my steel gear over to Dwarves by Ice Mountain and trained to roughly base 15s-ish.
Okay.
And then bought myself a full set of Mithril. And right before we started recording, just got out of the Hill Giant dungeon.
That's a good place to train.
Depending on what world you're in, yeah. It's not a bad place, but that's like it. that's all like the extent of the combat that I've done, and my range level is 3 because I don't love training range. And for all of you range stans who have membership and have not played free to play in a long time, free to play range it's not good. It's not good. It is short bows and I think up to adamant arrows, but you can't fletch your own arrows. So you have to only buy them, I think, from the Grand Exchange. There might be an arrow shop somewhere. Let me check the world map. I can't confirm or deny that you cannot buy arrows in free-to-play, which I think you're able to somewhere.
There's an arrow shop in Varrock. If it sells adamant, I'm not sure.
Yeah, the archery shop in Varrock. I knew there was somewhere. But so yeah, I have not completed Dragon Slayer yet because, like I said, a mix of turbulent IRL events and the release of Pokemon Snap have taken my attention away from my free-to-play account.
Right on.
Yeah.
But you will. I think that was your ultimate goal, is to do Dragon Slayer in free-to-play.
I will. I think, like, if I had a long-term goal for this free-to-play account, which, like, I don't think I'm gonna stop playing.
Mm-hmm.
I'm not gonna play it more than my main. I don't care about it that much. But, like, as far as free-to-play things go, really good goals are get into every guild that you can access, which, like, in free to play, I think the top is like 60 mining for the mining guild, which
power mine iron all day.
Pretty much, you got to power mine iron to like 60 or 65 or something, and then I also think Obor and Bryophyta would be fun to grind on free to play because I imagine they're much different in rune armor than they are in max range gear with a blowpipe.
With no good gear. Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, I take like Ice Barrage and a Trident into Obor. I can't imagine what it's like in full adamant or anything like that. So we'll see. How about you? How was your experience in free to play?
My goals and experience. We'll start with the goals. So ultimately, the goal was to see, okay, what would it really take? How long would it really take to get a bond? Because if that's your thing, like say you just don't have a lot of disposable income IRL and you don't have a lot of time to play, what's a realistic like GP per hour? And I mean, I devoted about 6 to 10 hours total on the account. Like one of the days that I played, I streamed for like 6 hours, played the whole time. The thing that I was able to do that I was like, okay, skill wise, I don't have a ton. So I basically just tanned hides for a good 4 hours, and I made my first 100K. And from there, my plan was to just like either flip items or continue to invest in other money making skills or other money making methods. I never got to that point. Again, just like my weekend was really busy. We're like, again, preparing to move, doing all that kind of stuff. So this week was just busy for me, so I didn't get into it, but I did make 100K. I texted Oxie and I was like, dude, with these trade restrictions, can I just like sell them to my main account? I never actually, like you were saying earlier, certain items are like restricted. So essentially I would just say, okay, this 600, like these 600 leather are worth this. So I would just trade that money from my main to my account to simulate.
And you were able to give money to that free-to-play account?
Yeah. But the free-to-play account was not able to give anything to the main. And even if I dropped it on the ground, it would just despawn. It would never show up.
Okay.
So all the hides are just in my bank, and I was able to say, okay, well, again, this is what it's worth. I'll just trade that money as if I was unrestricted and I was able to sell it to the GE. Mm-hmm. So I walked away with like 130K, 4 hours of work. That's not bad. But again, that's not great because at the time of me doing that, bonds were 4.6 mil. So you got to think if you're making, let me do some quick maths here. You're making about 30K an hour.
It's 160 hours roughly. Because if you're talking 100K is about 4 hours.
Yep.
That's about a month of playing RuneScape like a full-time job in free-to-play, tanning and selling hides. Assuming the market does not fluctuate and you do nothing else.
Yeah. There's got to be some other methods that I just didn't think of or didn't unlock. Crafting could probably be a good one. Flipping items could be a good one. One of the ones that I wanted to try but never got the opportunity was looting in PvP worlds. I thought that might be a really good way to do it because, like, you know, there's not a ton of free-to-play PvP worlds, but it does happen. And usually you have people in those worlds that they're just like messing around. They're not real super serious. So I can imagine supplies get left on the ground all the time. Whether or not that's going to net you more than 30K an hour, I don't know. But I honestly, like, you could, if you really tried hard and you really trained the account, telegrabbing Wines of Zamrock is a good money-making method. I'm sure
Are those free-to-play?
Mm-hmm. Yeah. You can telegrab Wines of Zamrock and free-to-play because it's up near the Goblin Village, which is still in a free-to-play area.
Uh-huh.
And Wines of Zamrock.
Like, do they spawn, though?
Yeah.
Yeah. I didn't know that.
Yeah, TMD told me about that. So I was like, I'm not even close to that magic level, so...
Yeah, that's another thing. I was just not motivated to train, which I think is a side effect of having a main account that I'm, like, pushing 2K total on.
Mm-hmm.
But...
Oh, no, yeah. Like, if I wasn't trying to max my other account, I probably would have, like, devoted a lot more AFK time on this account to just, like... splashing. I think that would be, you just buy like a couple thousand runes, splash on some rats in Lumbridge. That might be a good way to do it. So there's a lot of negatives involved in this discussion, I think, but I do want to highlight and talk about one positive thing that I know is basically like the free-to-play experience, but specifically the adventure path, I think it's what it's called.
Mm-hmm.
That was actually very cool. I don't know if it's available for Ironman, but if you're a regular account and you're able to trade with people, try out the adventure path because it seriously surprised me when I got 10 attack. I went to Adventurer John in Lumbridge and I right-click claim, and he gave me a steel longsword. And like if you start the adventure path and you talk to John, he'll give you like an adventurer's kit. And that thing was chock full of like very, very useful stuff that you didn't have to walk all the way to the GE to buy or go get your 10K from the stronghold to waste money on. He just gives it to you. I was able to get at least 20 magic without purchasing a single rune on the magic adventure path. I didn't do much of the gathering or the melee, but I had a look at the breakdown. So every 5 to 10 levels, there's a new like goal milestone. So when you start out, you're getting 5, 10, and then 20. So each time you complete a new milestone, they'll give you like a weapon or armor piece that's related to the new weapon or armor that you can wield. So once you hit 20 attack, 20 strength, I think it is, you get like a mithril longsword, which I don't know if it really matters in free to play as far as the meta, but it saves you from having to buy like a mithril scimitar or anything like that, waste your money on it, because like we've been saying, money is kind of hard to come by in free to play as far as money making per hour, and that's just more money that can go towards your ultimate goal of getting a bond. But the cool thing about it is like it's very good for free to play, but they also gave it kind of a little bit of incentive if you were to do that as a member, because you just get extra rewards. I think the members just got like extra money or a little bit better armor or better weapons. But ultimately, that was one of the main things that surprised me as a very cool positive in the free to play experience. Yeah. In the free to play experience, and like how they've emphasized that early game experience for new players. Because I think mobile and like having the game on Steam brought a lot of people back to the game who otherwise weren't playing, and now it's like, well, crap, these people haven't played since they were like 10. How are we gonna help them get back into the game? And it just gives you a way to, the adventure path at least gives you a way, a path on what you should be focusing on.
So a few things on the adventure path. If you're a maxed main listening to this podcast going, man, I wonder what to do with my life, and you hear us talking, you're like, oh shit, I want to start a free-to-play account. You'll only unlock the adventure path if you say, I'm new to the game. If you say, I'm an experienced player, it won't pop up. Oh. So, for example, my One Defense Pure has the adventure path, and I made that account a while ago. Like, that's not a new account. So I'd say maybe like a year and a half tops. So the adventure paths have been out for a bit, and I had no idea what it was. So like when I first came back to RuneScape, I looked at the quest tab, and the purple quest icon threw me off with the Korend favor, and then the orange one, because so the adventure path is in your quest journal. Like it's in that section, and it's next to Korend favor, and it's bright orange. So that threw me off as well. And I'm like, oh, this is pretty easy. This is pretty cool. So you'll only unlock that if you say that you are brand new to the game. Otherwise, you realistically won't get it.
The first question they ask you on Tutorial Island is like, again, what you said, like, are you an experienced player? I think there's an option too. It's like, I played in the past and I'm coming back, or I know a little bit. I think that's the option I had chosen, and it gave me the adventure path. I'm wondering though, if you choose the fact that if you can say like you're an experienced player, but still talk to Adventurer John to start that.
Adventurer John's not there in Lumbridge.
Oh, really?
Like, he's not there on my main account, and if I home telly back, he's not going to be in Lumbridge. Which, by the way, side note from what we were talking about earlier, Wines of Zamorak could be a really good moneymaker in free-to-play, but you need 500 total level and full Zamorak robes to get up the ladder to telegrab them.
Okay.
Free-to-play.
So that's like
another example
a solid
of
day
bot
or two.
Restrictions.
Yeah, that's a solid day or two of just going at it.
So let me check my age with Hans, because I want to say I'm still less than 20 hours. So I'm 16 hours and 3 minutes since I arrived 7 days ago.
Wow.
I probably would have been 20 hours by now. But like I've said, anyways. So yeah, Adventurer John is not there. And I said I'm an experienced player.
Oh, wait. So, on Ethel? experience Adventure John is
on Ethel.
oh, okay.
He's not there. Adam is here. The Iron Man tutor and the Doomsayer and the guide are all here. The Clue Hunter is here, but Adventure John right outside
is outside the anvil, right? Or he's outside the bar?
He's outside the Sheared Ram, the bar in Lumbridge or whatever.
Not there for you.
I'm standing right in front of where he would be.
Oh, no.
And he's not there.
Okay.
Which is fine. Again, I don't care. It would have been helpful, but I mean, I know the game well enough for it not to affect me. So I guess if you're going to start a new free-to-play account, just say that you've never played the game before, because it doesn't make Tutorial Island take any longer.
No.
Like,
I wish they had that option.
Saying you're an experienced player, like talking to the dude in Tutorial Island, being like, "Hey, I have 6,000 hours logged across all my accounts." He's like, "Cool, go to Tutorial Island." It's not like Dead Man mode where you can just like immediately leave,
skip it,
and go do something else. So yeah, just keep that in mind when you start a new free to play account. Free to play has changed pretty drastically from when we were younger. So when we were younger, a lot of people have free to play memories of talking to friends, trading in Varrock and Falador, talking and skilling with other humans, the classic like fishing levels ? And like everyone has a conversation. Free to play now is either a bot-ridden disaster or ghost town. So the two extremes I'm thinking of, the world I'm on right now, I'm on a German world, 553. There's 40 people on it right now.
Wow.
552 has 35 people on it. And I don't know where any of them are. And I have player indicators turned on RuneLight, and I don't see anybody in Lumbridge.
Oh, gosh.
It's not even like the advertising bots are here. The flip side, if you go to 301, the trade world, there's people everywhere. But most of them are bots. So there's a clip on my stream, and I know a lot of other people have talked about it recently as well. South of Lumbridge, there are bots that are training to be some sort of combat bot. They wear almost full rune with adamant plate bodies.
And they kill frogs.
They're there. They kill frogs, and they're there by the dozen. I've seen them leech over into like Barbarian Village as well. Like,
it's like almost like they're cannibalizing themselves, because they're fighting themselves over the monsters to kill. And I'm wondering if it's like rival.
Did you pull that directly from a YouTube video or a clip that you saw on Twitter?
I did.
Wow. I could tell, because I'm like, I heard that from somewhere.
It was somebody who was talking about a bot detector plugin that Colinello, yeah. He was talking about a bot detector plugin, and he went to the free to play swamp, or he went to the swamp.
So I've seen these bots have been a problem for a while. So like, regardless of where you've seen them, like I first saw them in a Sir Pugger video a couple months ago, and I kept seeing them on my One Defense Pure, and then I saw them in droves. Probably like, what day did I stream? Last Tuesday, I think, on this free to play account. And there was just like dozens of them. I'll send you the clip later if the VOD is still there. But it's ridiculous, and it's been brought attention to again. And like,
you think they're
what
like,
are we doing?
You think they're like training them up to sell them?
Jagex, what are we doing?
Yeah,
I don't know. I don't have any of them in front of me, so I don't know what their stats look like. I don't know if they're accounts to sell. I don't know if they're accounts to like bot slayer. I don't know what they are, but
it's a lot of them.
It's not good. There's like your classic like bots, oak log cutting bots, and that's where the free to play restrictions come in. It has driven the price of some skilling items up, which for me, I was like, oh, I'll just sell like the items that I have, because I have like 20k worth of oak logs. Like that's runes, that's armor, like we're good to go. And I still can't, because I'm not 20 hours in. So I like the bot restrictions. I think the free to play bot restrictions are really cool.
Yeah.
But as a free to play player, not being able to sell some items is tough. And I can see where it would become a problem if like you have a friend who plays RuneScape a lot and like hasn't been free to play for years, like us. And they're like, oh dude, like kill cows or cut trees or catch lobsters. That'll make you money, and you can't sell them. Like, but you can sell things like gems and nature runes and death runes and things. So things that are a little harder to come by,
Mhm.
if you can stack them up, you can make good money that way.
Okay.
Because like uncut rubies are still 1,000. You know, I have probably a couple hundred GP worth of nature runes in my inventory. Yeah, well, I have 3K worth of nature runes in my inventory. It's not a lot, but
It's
the
money.
best money maker I've found is the Stronghold of Security and doing quests.
Okay.
So anything helps.
Just get 99 smithing.
In free to play, that's a great idea.
Can you even
I love
smith
that
rune
plan.
in free to play?
Yeah.
Okay, yeah.
There's rune rocks.
There you go.
Yeah.
It's a good free to play moneymaker.
In 900 hours, I'm sure it will be.
Yeah. So I want to go kind of over my notes. The first thing that I had, and we've kind of already talked about this, was like the restrictions that they've put in place. On one side, they do help the game. They cater to like anti-botting, but I think it really does hurt the free to play experience a lot. I'm trying to look at this as if I was like a brand new player, and I'm coming to a game that I've never played, and I don't know what it is to be a member. And I'm hearing this talked about, and I'm like, wow, this game sucks. Like, I have to play for 20 hours to just do the standard things that you would expect in a game. It's like if you're advertising an MMO, like trading, making money, and doing all this, you're severely hindered without shilling out money. And I know that's kind of where Jagex makes their dough, is like membership and bonds and things like that. But if we didn't have bots in RuneScape, like in Old School, I think that the free-to-play experience would be a million times better, because you wouldn't have things like restrictions. You wouldn't have things that would cater to this anti-botting movement that they have to keep going. You wouldn't, like, one thing that I think is really dumb, and I understand it, but like, you need 150 total level to join a clan chat. So... And that's simply just, I think you said it. I was like, wow, what is that? You told me it's like, so you
it's
don't...
to prevent spamming.
Spamming.
It's like, if you kick me out of a CC, I don't have like 100 accounts lined up to be like, oh my God, you suck, you suck, you suck. And just like keep joining.
Yeah.
Whatever.
That one's not really botting, but that one sucks, I think, too. Because like, you have to play the game for a long time before you could even just start talking to your friends and conversing in a group setting without the need for, I mean, I'm close to 150 total, so that's not a huge thing, but and I've only played for like 10 hours, but again, 10 hours, it's a long time in a game. Think of how far you could get in 10 hours in a game like Minecraft. Or I played like 50 hours of Animal Crossing and almost beat the game. Like, I pretty much beat the game in 50 hours. 50 hours in free to plays, you're not getting much done. Or you're severely restricted.
I have 3 counterpoints.
Let's hear them.
Number 1, Minecraft and Animal Crossing are not MMOs. Number 2, to play devil's advocate, can you or anyone listening name me an MMO that actually has an active player base that is free to play?
I don't know. Probably not.
Because World of Warcraft is a monthly subscription, and Elder Scrolls Online, you have to buy it. Like, you have to physically purchase the game.
Mm-hmm.
There's no subscription, but you still have to pay money. RuneScape, you download a client off the internet for free from the company and play it. So it's incentive to play membership, because you said it yourself in the first 2 minutes. Free to play f***ing sucks.
Yeah.
And I feel like if you're committed to playing the game, you're going to understand that pretty quickly, and membership will soon be on the horizon. My third point, if you're getting into RuneScape for the first time ever, you still have global chat and you still have private chat without clan chat. And since you're a nearly maxed main account in a Discord full of other RuneScape players, you have Discord and a main account that you can talk in a CC while you mess around in your free-to-play account. So I get where you're coming from. Where, like, in a sense, it kind of cuts out some social elements of the game. But I don't think 150 total level is that much to ask for. I don't think most of us playing don't have access to other forms of communication. I don't know. I think because RuneScape Gold is the way that it is, the bot restrictions are there for a reason. I don't love it as a player. I don't hate it because I know what kind of good it does. So I don't know. And I genuinely don't actually know if other MMOs allow people to play for free. So seriously, someone do some research and leave a comment. But
I mean, those 3 counterpoints are very good. That's something I didn't really think about, was the fact is like you're literally playing for free. This is not paying money usually gives you more within any sort of company or thing.
It's
so
either a monthly subscription or a full, sometimes even maybe complete game.
Mm-hmm.
But like RuneScape free to play is that you just download it. Even the client that is literally QOL in a little box, RuneLite, is free and open source.
Yeah, that's true too.
So, yeah.
Trying to think of anything else that, because while I was playing, I took down a bunch of notes. One of the things that I did think about while I was playing was, I know that they had teased that agility could become a free to play skill, just to help with like run energy and they've done things like they gave free to play energy potions and stuff. But I was trying to think of, would agility as a free to play account be any more useful than not having it? Because I had to think, are you going to have graceful? Because grace is in Birthorpe, so you can't get there on a free to play account. Are you even going to have any sort of incentive to train it? Because as far as I know, the actual levels that you gain, it's marginal as far as the run energy that you sustain without graceful or without any sort of potions.
It's exponential.
I guess I just haven't noticed it.
So you don't notice it now because you have high agility and I've been playing on your experienced account.
Mm-hmm.
Try to run from Lumbridge Castle on Bloodhound and Marty Mello in the same direction
on a free to play account, though.
I mean, could be free to play. Just see how far you get.
Okay.
With empty inventories. I think the scaling, it's like 1 to 20, your run energy decreases. 20 to 50, your run energy, not decreases, it like lasts longer.
Mm-hmm.
And then 50 to 70, that's like the last cutoff. I think it's from 20 to 50 or from 1 to 20, where your run energy like doubles in time.
Oh, really?
Because you've trained agility for a certain point.
Okay.
You stop noticing it after 70.
Yeah.
But it's extremely helpful. So when they say they're going to implement like I remember the modcast, they talked about like a Lumbridge rooftop course or something like that.
Because you can do Draenor, but you'd have to get to 10. So
yeah.
And I mean, again, most of the cities are but you'd have to have a level 1 to 10 training that would be some sort of free to play option.
I just don't know if I love the idea of agility and free to play. So I don't know how to put this. I don't think free to play is what's going to draw people in to play this game. Free to play is like RuneScape Purgatory. You're there for 2 reasons. Number 1, you're brand new to this game, which any recommendations from me, just close it. Close the client, open something else, or you're going to be here forever like we are. You're brand new to the game, and you've watched YouTube videos, and you've looked at Reddit posts and seen tweets about this big multicolored snake or this crazy spider lady in some theater performance or whatever. That sounds cool. Or you have memories of Jad as a child. That's cool. That's not in free to play. You just showed up. You're getting yourself some levels, and like maybe you are sorting out your finances and putting some money aside, $7, $11, however, like whatever you're going to do, a bond or monthly membership, before you can get into a member's world. Or you're a member who ran out of membership and is stuck in free to play and is hitting up your boys in Discord going, boys, I've got some Snapdragons in the bank if anyone can shoot me a bond. Like, because I can't be in free to play. People don't. Like, other than the guy who messaged us, I don't think I've met anyone who plays free to play for fun. Like, if you're an experienced player and you're trying to challenge yourself, like, I'm going to earn a bond, I'm going to get into all the guilds, I'm going to get ranked in the bosses, I'm going to max a free-to-play account because I hate myself. I'm going to get 99 smithing.
Looking at you, pause.
like, I understand that if you're looking for that challenge. Mm-hmm. But if you're new to the game, you're not going to stay here. Like, you're going to go to members. So then a Lumbridge agility course either becomes redundant or it makes the gnome agility course immediately dead content. Because why would I travel across the continent when I can start training agility and likely start earning marks of grace
in
at the
Lumbridge.
minute I drop in a Lumbridge as a member?
Yeah.
So I like the concept. I don't know. I don't like sounding like RuneScape was better in 2007, like boomer. I hate that.
Yeah.
I really hate that mentality. Change makes the game thrive. I don't think free to play is where we need the changes. I think I don't know. The game, it's exactly the same as it was. It's not like when you drop into a members world and you've got Zaya and you've got these, these dudes trying to take you to this new fishing boss, and you've got all this other crazy stuff that has kind of formed in the last 8 years as a member. Free to play it's cut and dry, the exact same, save for maybe a few things here and there than it was when we were kids. So I think that's fine. I don't know. Again, I'm sorry to sound like a boomer about it, but like that's just the way I see free to play. If I have any advice, if you're playing free to play, just pick up quarters off the ground if you have to. Like, buy a bond with real money. Oh my god. Buy a bond with real money. Just do it or something.
Yeah.
How if you can't do it, because I understand not everyone has that kind of privilege. I'm sorry, you'll get there making money in free to play.
Yeah.
But oh my god. Please.
I will say, like, bonds are a lot easier to like sustain yourself once you do get into members. So if you are on that grind currently, in a free to play account, trying to make your 4.8 mil or whatever it is, like once you become a member, it's going to be a lot easier to sustain yourself because you unlock a whole new world of, like, I think you said it earlier, thousands of hours of content that you can enjoy, and you can start training up your account. Like, you have 14 days on a bond. So you got to think, in 14 days, can you get to a point in your account where maybe you're killing a good GP per hour boss, or you've learned to flip and now you've got a good 10 mil under your under your belt, and that can help sustain you for the weeks to come, in the years and the lifetime that you're going to be playing this game. It's a lot easier in members.
Unless you're a very efficient person, not a player, a person. If you're a max efficiency person, if you're not that, you're not gonna make that in 14 days. You're not gonna go from brand new member to effectively a Vorkath bot in like 14 days.
I mean, like, there's plenty of quests that you can get done within your first 3 to 5 days of playing that can give you could get up to early to mid game in membership. Like, you have all these quests that give you attack, strength, defense, all of this. If you can get done with Monkey Madness within your first 14 days, now you have a Dragon Sim and you can just go train Slayer, and you can easily sustain 4 mil every 14 days once you become a member. Like, it's just exponentially easier than free to play.
And once you get good at making money in a members world, we're not talking about members, but like one little point about that. If you're playing members to have fun, you're not going to make 4 mil in a week. I promise you.
I know.
As a low level account, you're not going to make 4 mil in a week. If you're playing like, I have to do my U longbows and my herb runs and my herb boxes and my battle staves and all that, you're going to maintain 4 mil. RuneScape's going to become your job, but you're going to maintain your bond.
Yeah.
So that's my little bit about it. But
I don't even think I organically make like enough in 2 weeks to make a bond. I just have a good stockpile of money that I keep dwindling down, and recently I've started just paying for membership with IRL money, and so it just makes it easier. Now, I will say, you have the ability, once you get around the end of the year, they do Premier Club. That just saves everybody from having to go week to week, because it's like significantly cheaper just to buy membership during that time.
As a free-to-play player, I haven't looked into moneymakers. Like I said, I went more for the experience. This is just a little pet peeve of mine that drives me. The same thing will drive me kind of nuts in all aspects of life, but like free-to-play RuneScape is a good example of it. Stop begging for things. Stop begging for things. Stop saying give me a bond. Stop saying give me 20k for a rune helmet. Stop saying give me lobsters so I can go kill Hill Giant. Leave me alone. Okay? I got a main account with money on it that could fund everyone here at the Grand Exchange up until probably 60s combat. Leave me the hell alone. I'm not gonna do it. Stop following me around. It's not gonna happen. I understand begging is kind of a strat because members like us are like, oh my god, free to play noobs are so cute. Here, go have 5 million GP. Go have fun. Like, that's fun for us, so I understand why it works in free to play. Stop doing that. Stop doing that.
I'm 100% an enabler. If you come to me and if you're a genuine person and you show me that like you're not just gonna go like sell the GP that I give you, I will genuinely help somebody if they come up to me and ask. So I'm an enabler to that. You don't know something really funny? In my list of strategies to make this bond this week,
don't say it.
I was going to try begging. That was one of my strategies. So it's so funny that you bring that up.
I can't stand it.
It is a strategy, like you said, and it's not a great one because although I'm an enabler, the caveat to that was this. It's like, if you're a genuine person, most of the time, if you're somebody who's begging, you go from one person to the next and you give them your spiel. You're like, hey, can I have 100K? I'm so close to a bond. I just need 100K. And you give them 100K, and then they go to the other side of the GE and they're like, can I have 100K? I'm just so close to a bond. Well, now you're just using me, and I don't like that.
Don't be a piece of shit. In free to play.
Exactly.
Don't be a piece of shit. Look at me. Look me in the eyes. Don't be a piece of shit in free to play. Don't do it.
Don't do it.
Speaking of, this is kind of relevant. Any RuneScape streamers out there? Have you guys seen the accounts that keep coming into your Twitch stream and they're like,
oh my
bro,
gosh,
can you spot me a bond? I'll give you an AGS. That's such a stupid scam. I've seen it so many times. They target small streamers and they're like, yo, bro, I need a bond. I'll spot you an AGS when I get back on my membership. Leave me the hell alone, dude. I know it's a scam. I saw it the other day in my friend's stream, and I saw it the day before that in another person's stream.
I've seen it like twice in
Leave
one
me the
stream.
hell alone. The name of oh god, I don't think it's the same account. It was like Ultra Dragon King or something like that in my Twitch chat that tried that as I was about to wrap up. I'm like, look, we've got a scammer and we're going to go raid Michael. Like, haha, scammer. So streamers don't fall for that. They're not going to give you an AGS.
Seriously. You give them a bond and they're just going to sell it, and then they just made almost 5 mil. So
yeah, don't fall for scammers, and don't look me in the eyes.
Look them in the eyes, guys.
Don't beg and be a piece of shit in free to play. It's $7 USD. If you can save the money, if you can budget the money, if you have the means and the will, just buy a bond. Don't beg for money. I'm sorry. I'm gonna keep
I'll
going.
give you the flip side to that. Like, there's a difference between begging and like asking. That's my thought, because it goes back to the whole thing. It's like, if you're a genuine person and you're just having a conversation, and I'll give you a scenario. I'm standing in the GE. This free to play noob comes up. He's like, whoa, dude, cool armor, because like somehow I'm in free to play with full bandos. I'm like, yeah, thanks. He's like, how do you get that? Like, where did you buy that? Like, what is this? Like, just curiosity takes over. And then you start talking, and they're like, yeah, I'm about to go kill, hill giants for my first bond. And I'm just like, oh, you didn't even ask me for money, but here's 500K. Here's 500K. Oxie, we're such different people.
You're gonna be there forever. Have fun. I can give you other money makers. I can tell you that hill giants in free to play probably aren't your best thing, because PVM in free to play is not how you make money. It's by skilling. In free to play, it's cutting logs and fishing lobsters and swordfish and things like that. That's how you make money in free to play. You don't really do it through PVM, but you seem intent on going to do it. So have fun.
This is the difference between you and I.
Asking is hey bro, I've known you for a year. We're in Discord together. I have plans to meet you for Rune Fest. My bank got cleaned. Can I borrow gear to go duo corp with you? That's asking.
Mm-hmm.
Begging is, well, I'm gonna go train on Hill Giants for my first bond. Wow, what cool armor. Your cape is glowing. Oh my god, this is so cool. That's begging. Leave me the hell alone. You know what this cape is. I'm sorry I'm so mean. I'm normally not this elitist, but just like beggars drive me nuts.
Yeah.
I can't stand it.
Well, luckily, if you're in a 2K total world, which you will be soon, zero begging. Like, they don't even tolerate that stuff. Like, if you start begging, they're like, get out of here. Like, we don't tolerate that in 2K total world.
Imagine keeping public chat on in the Grand Exchange ever. Oh my god. Okay, I'm sorry. I just got distracted by something. I glanced over at Ethel, the dude I told you about at Frogs earlier, like a couple minutes ago. He has a rune scimitar, and he's stabbing these frogs with it. He's got it on stab.
Man wants to train.
I don't know if he's training uncontrolled or he's a bot or what. I just got a good laugh out of that.
That's awesome.
I hate free to play. I don't hate it. It's fun. It's nostalgic. We should give away a bond, honestly.
We should
do a bond giveaway. Look out for that coming up, because God, free to play. Oh.
I think we could tie a bow on this. I mean, there's enough content, I think, and there's enough inside these noggins to have a whole nother episode, I think, dedicated to just
bitching about free to play.
Yeah, we could talk. If you want to jump in VC with us on Discord, we'll hash it out.
That sounds good to me. We're gonna tie a bow on it. We're gonna log out of Marty Mello and Ethel Stoma. We're gonna log back into our main accounts and just do nothing but sit in members gear in a members world and just take in what we have.
I'm gonna put on my scythe and just smile.
Yeah, I'm just gonna wear the gaudiest members gear I can think of.
We'll take screenshots of our fashionscape and put it on. We'll have it on the Instagram. That'll be what you're looking forward to.
Once again, no context, so hope you liked that Tuesday post.
Cool, guys. Well, we're going to take a break, and we'll be right back.
Are you tired of your boring old routine of constantly gathering and banking all day just to do it all again the next? Are you ready to test the strength of both your body and your mind? If so, then an opportunity of a lifetime awaits you. My name is Certification, and I represent the White Knights of Falador. We need the best and brightest recruits to help us protect not only Asgarnia, but all of Gielinor. For the bravest and boldest, a position as proselyte may be in order, thanks to a rather ridiculous loophole. One can simply join the proselyte order, assuming you're willing to risk life and limb in a very dangerous mission that will be primarily espionage and combat, and travel to dangerous locations. But what you may sacrifice will all be worth it to say you are a member of the elite proselyte unit. When you're ready to begin your life of service, honor, and dignity, venture to Falador Park and enlist in the White Knights. And all that business about permanently cutting off your penis to join is completely idiotic. The White Knights of Falador will compensate you for the magical reversal of your genitalia. Howdy everyone, welcome back. I hope you enjoyed that spectacular ad break. If you've been here since the beginning, which I don't know why you wouldn't be, I don't know what psychopath jumps into a podcast several minutes in. Michael and I mentioned the hats that I didn't have on. It's these hats right here. They're from Beanie Customs, and we have a discount code with them because they're awesome, and they make RuneScape hats that I can wear now because I have 99 hit points. My head looks like an egg. And if I put it over my headset, it makes me look like a grandma with a wig. I love it. Anyways, if you go to their Instagram and find their website, I believe we'll also have the website linked in the description.
Yeah, it's in the description.
Down below if you're watching on YouTube and possibly somewhere on Spotify.
It's in the description on Spotify too. And Apple.
Cool.
And all
and
the
Apple.
places.
Oh my God. God, we're so intuitive. It was my idea. Go to their website, find a hat, pick a skill, pick a color of beanie, and yeah, you can use code XPWaste for 10% off. That is 10 whole percent off.
That'll cover
your
tax
beanie order.
for most places.
Yeah.
Love it.
And then tax is only 6% by me. So like, that's basically stogs. It's awesome.
That's incredible.
So 10% off. That's pretty big. And the hats are they're really nice.
I love them.
They're good hats.
I was actually thinking, Beanies Custom, if you're listening, one thing that would be amazing is you take your patch that you've made, right? You put Velcro on it, and then that can suddenly just be a patch for anything. Like, I was thinking about it the other day. I'm like, I like hats more than I like beanies, but I want this patch on a hat. But I want to be able to change the patch on the hat itself. So you take a hat, you put Velcro on the hat, and then you put Velcro on the patches, and then you can just slap a new patch every time you're thinking about changing skills.
I like your hats just the way they are. Continue to expand your business.
I love beanies.
What we have
Please
here.
don't stop making beanies. But I'm just saying, if you're expanding, hats would be amazing.
Keep it straight. I keep like looking at myself in the camera, and I'm like, is the 99 straight on my face? I think so.
Looks great.
I think that's straight. This is going to be the photo used in the thumbnail right here. Me just moving my hands up and down to make sure the 99 hit points is straight. But yeah, it's super cool. And I wish I would have put a picture on Twitter when I got my 99 cape, but I was very busy that day and forgot.
Ooh, you know what would be fun? Is if you sent me the VOD of you getting 99 hit points, and I could put that on Instagram too.
That would be hype. That would be pretty hype. So yes, as we were saying, code XPWaste at checkout. XPWaste is all one word. So XPWaste. People spell out codes. It's a thing.
Yeah.
I don't know. So
I do want to say,
do that at checkout for 10% off.
We don't make any commission off the sales, so this isn't like, we're not sponsored, but they wanted to do something nice and give our listeners 10% off.
So now that we've talked about our super extra fun beanies that I love dearly, and I'm probably going to take off within the next few seconds because it's been 80 degrees here all day. We have a fun question.
Yeah, we do.
We always have a fun question. Really puts a nice, neat little lighthearted end. Do
you think we'll
'Cause
never?
I was toxic earlier in the main section, complaining about beggars and free to play. So we need to be a little bit more lighthearted in this section.
During the break, Oxie definitely cooled down. We talked it over. Therapy session. He let it out. Like he has a boxing bag in the corner. He went at it. He's good now.
God, you make me sound so violent. I'm not. I'm really. I am not. I'm not.
You don't have
I'm
to
not that
take
bad.
out your aggression sometimes, like punch stuff.
I sword fight for fun, and I'm not that aggressive as a person to begin with. I'm an aggressive sword fighter, but I'm not mean. I don't like hurting people, so I'm not really mean. I don't know.
I asked earlier, I was like, do you think we'll never not have a fun segment? This is a reoccurring segment, but I don't want to think about that.
If we don't have a fun segment, we're either talking about something so deathly serious that
it just doesn't feel right.
It warrants our entire episode, or we have a guest on the show, and the whole thing is a fun segment.
Hell yeah!
Because we wouldn't bring a guest on the show and be like, so what are your thoughts on the RuneScape economy? Like, there are projections for June and July look this way. What are your thoughts? We would never do that. We would just, whatever. So hopefully there will always be a fun question. But we do have a fun question, and it's kind of related to RuneScape. But it's also kind of related to another game that came out that has really taken my attention these past couple days.
Yeah. Wonder if you can guess what it is.
As I mentioned earlier, new Pokemon Snap came out last Friday, and it's awesome. It's a lot like the old one, because you're riding on a track, taking pictures of Pokemon. You have to repeat courses 100 million times to level them up. and you have to unlock more stuff to get new pictures. But it's so much fun. There's so many new courses. You can go underwater. You can go on a volcano.
Wow.
It's so cool. So, we were talking about fun questions because, once again, why would we plan these things in advance? And I thought, Michael, if you could have any Pokemon with you in RuneScape, not like a pet, like a Pokemon,
yeah,
in Old School RuneScape, what would it be and why? As disclaimer, there are like 40 million Pokemon now.
Yeah.
So you can have more than one because sometimes it's hard to pick between your favorites. So like, bet number 1 up to 3. How does that sound? Pokemon and RuneScape.
Okay. I'm gonna let you take this one.
Okay, cool. Guess I'll go back. I'll go closer then. Oh, okay. Pokemon and RuneScape that I think would be fun. So I'm thinking if I had 3 Pokemon, they'd serve 3 different roles. I'd have a fighter, I'd have a more like utility Pokemon, and I would just have a cute little pet.
Okay.
I think my fighter. My first thought, honestly, is either Sceptile or Decidueye, but they're both grass, and a lot of this game is fire.
Mm-hmm.
Like, think about the bosses. A lot of them have something to do with fire. And if I was going to have it help me do something, I don't want it to get, like, burned up by Vorkath or anything.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm still a little torn about the fighter. I think a good utility Pokemon would be Corviknight from the new gens. Because that big son of a bitch would be able to haul me and all my gear anywhere.
Mm-hmm.
Like, I know we have teleports for that, but like magically appearing somewhere is nowhere near as cool as like rolling in full Inquisitor, being carried by a bird, just like dropping into the Grand Exchange. Like, let's go ahead, Edgar, fly off. I'm gonna go sell some rope or something. I don't know. That to me, that'd be really cool.
Mm-hmm.
And then, oh god, there's so many fucking cute Pokemon. I love them. Oh my god, they're adorable. But I think I'd probably go with Vaporeon as a cute one.
Okay.
Because just reminds me of a cat. No, Espeon's a cute one. I'm going with Espeon. That's my cute Pokemon.
Nice.
And as for a fighter, I'm probably going to choose the cop-out and go with Gyarados. Because I'm thinking about what Gyarados versus Zulrah would look like.
Oh, that would be
and that looks fun
epic.
that looks fun as shit. So that's my fighter. Plus, like, just get all the fire things wet.
Hell yeah.
So yeah, that's my dream team for Gillinor.
So
What about yours?
I feel like most people know Pokemon. That's generally a thing. I know no Pokemon. I know.
You didn't tell me this before we started.
It's fine. This is the fun question, and that's fun. I've got first 150, I think, are in there somewhere in the brain somewhere. So that's what I'm going off of.
This is gonna be great.
That's what I'm going on. Like, you said words that I didn't even know existed. That's why I gave you a weird look when you said like Stemperios or whatever you said.
Who?
I don't know. See, I have no idea. I couldn't even tell you what they looked like. I don't know. So, could you like break down what you think, like, in the original 150, are there any utility Pokemon there?
Utility Pokemon in the original 150?
Like Onix?
Probably. Onix might be fun.
But I
Lapras
also
would be
wanted
a pretty
Onix.
bitchin' water
I
ride.
wanted my Onix to fight too.
Okay, then Onix can be your fighter. Lapras would be a good
Blastoise.
transport mount. Lapras is nice and thick.
Lapras.
She could carry you around.
Is she the one that looks like Nessie? Like the Loch Ness Monster?
Yes.
Okay, cool.
Yes.
Okay, Lapras is my utility. And
As I say,
then
Hypno could put all the PKers to sleep, and you could enjoy the wilderness. But
I think-
I don't think that would work.
honestly though, it would either be Onix or Charizard would be my fighter, because Charizard's sick. And I know you said like fire. There's a lot of fire stuff in RuneScape, but like, are we talking Pokemon rules where fire doesn't really hurt fire? Because you can still mage a dragon with fire spells and they're okay. You still kill them.
Does the same type attack bonus apply in Gillinor? Somebody break it down for us in the comments because we don't know.
And then a cute Pokemon in the original 150. Is it 151 or 150?
It's 151.
Okay, so in the original 151, some sort of Eevee evolution, I think. Eevee's adorable. Pikachu's adorable too.
Yeah. I got so many cute ones. Like Pikipek. So cute. Like, oh my god.
I'm gonna look
that
these
one's
up.
adorable. I'm trying to think. Yamper. Yamper's so goddamn cute. It's a little Corgo. I love Yamper.
Corgo? What is a Corgo?
Like a little corgi, like the dog.
Oh my gosh, it is.
Yamper's adorable.
So cute.
Right? Just good. Oh my god.
What was the other one you said?
Galarian Ponyta?
What is it?
Just you're gonna be googling Pokemon forever if you get me down this track. So just look up cute Pokemon and see what you find.
Okay, we'll look up cute Pokemon.
Guys, I genuinely didn't know that Michael knew nothing about Pokemon before I thought of this question. And I told him before we started, I'm like, what about Pokemon and Gilder? He's like, yeah, that'd be fine. Did not make any mention that there's no experience.
Emolga is cute.
Yes, yeah, it flies around with its little lightning.
Little
Good.
squirrel. Fanfi?
Yes.
You know all these. Like, I could just say names and you would know, you could see them in your mind.
Yeah.
Wow. I need to play more Pokemon, I think.
Sword and Shield are really good.
I have a Switch. It could happen.
Sword and Shield are real good.
Once I max, that'll be my thing.
Once you max. Just play Pokemon while you're AFKing 200 mil cooking.
See you in 2 years. I mean, I was fine with it. I know that you're kind of like, what? Why do you know Pokemon? You didn't tell me, but like, it's fine.
I think it's hysterical. I think it's that's good. That's good shit.
Hell yeah.
Well, I mean, I don't know how this episode's gonna get any better than that. So I think that's probably where we're gonna call it for this week. If you didn't know, because maybe we haven't mentioned it for the last like 9 weeks, all of the links to literally everything are in the description, either below us on YouTube or somewhere in the description of the episode on Spotify. I gotta be real with you guys. I listen to us every week on Spotify, and I don't go hunting for the description of the links because I have like all the info in like Google Drive. So I really wish I could be more helpful in like where specifically to look on these podcast apps, but I don't know. You guys are really smart. You can figure it out. The links are all there. Our social media, our other platforms where the podcast is, the website to buy these awesome hats, probably the website for Old School Runescape bonds, so you guys can get out of free to play and enjoy membership. We're not sponsored. We just want what's best for you.
Like, I even put the game updates in there for you guys. So if you're ever curious,
yeah.
I put the week, like, because this comes out on update day, so that's in there also.
Yeah, I think the game update that we're currently playing with right now, the Arceus spellbook got reworked. There's beta worlds open, so like, go see how many Infernal Capes it'll take to get a Nibbler pet.
Hell yeah.
That's what I would do in a beta world. I just turn in cape after cape, see what I can get. But I think that's everything.
Yeah, thanks everything. Yeah,
good. We're good. We're good.
Gucci.
As always, thank you guys for joining us, and we will see you next week. Bye, everyone.
Bye.